Hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. So I wanted to come on here tonight, and whoa, that is way too bright. You're seeing a little too much of the craziness. All right. So, first of all, I came on with, I did put on makeup, but I can't even tell you how little makeup I put on for y'all, and I'm real sorry. But you're just kind of seeing the goblin. Yeah, the thing that I hide behind, like, all my eyelashes and usually a lot more makeup, whatever. But tonight, this is what you're getting because I just got finished telling a friend of mine yesterday that my husband escaped the flu or the stomach virus or whatever was going around my house that my aunt had, and then my son thing 2 had, then I had, then thing 1 had. And I was like, okay, well, my husband, Dr. Seuss, has totally escaped that. No, Dr. Seuss is currently, my office is behind our house, and Dr. Seuss is currently sick. So I may make this a little bit short tonight, just because, there's a man that's sick. That's chaotic. I mean, that's some crazy stuff happening right there. So, just like, oh my gosh, Tiffany, first of all, I owe you an email because there were lots of people that had a lot to say. Thankfully, it was private, but you were so thoughtful and kind, like, in your email to me, and I am so sorry I haven't gotten back to you. But okay, so y'all know I've been renovating my office. All right, so I try to be very organized. Okay, I'm a Virgo. It's something I like to do, but my office has been the storage hold all for me, of course, my family, but also my extended family and just lots of other people that are just like, can you store this for me? It's been like this for years. Okay. So I have been taking back my office space really in the last like 3.5 years. Like, I've really, let's just say 3 years, I've been really systematically taking back my office space. And so I've been like renovating, painting, moving my desk around all over the place. But Dr. Seuss has been home from work, and this is before he got sick. And I asked him, I was like, can you help me rearrange some furniture? Well, so I started rearranging furniture, and then I was like, you know what? Before I put furniture back in this room, before I make it the way I want it, I might as well paint the walls, right? I might as well just like destroy everything and then rebuild it. So I was like, well, I might as well paint these walls. Let's just go ahead and do it. Oh, what color? This is going to be a different kind of room. This is like my photography stock room so that I can take pictures of, like, all of my products, and it's my stock room. So I have also a packaging like center set up, that I have a printer that's just for the labels that go on the packages, and I have a scale to weigh all that shit. It's complicated, but it's not. So I started taking all this stuff apart, and I was like, let's just go ahead and paint this room. And he's like, right now? And I was like, sure, right now. So I started that yesterday. It was pretty late, so I didn't go to bed until late. And I came down here this morning thinking, I'm moving furniture in. No, you're not, because you ran out of paint. I ran out of paint last night, but in my blurred haze or just being tired or whatever, I thought, oh my gosh, it looks pretty good. No, it doesn't. No, it didn't need a second coat. It needed a third and fourth coat because I'm putting white paint over a blue wall. You have to keep painting over it so that it doesn't bleed through. So right now, it doesn't look like a kindergarten painted it, but I would definitely say that the walls look like maybe a 16-year-old painted it. I don't know. And I broke off a lot of fingernails. Can you believe that? I mean, that is rude. That's rude. Why? Why? And they're really expensive nails, can I tell you? Because these are the nails that I wear all the time. 100% recommend. All right. The Kiss nails with the nail glue. Shut up. Oh my gosh. These are your friend. I mean, you can kind of see without the paint that they usually look pretty good. Yeah. Kiss nails. Fantastic. Love them. But yeah, I broke them all off. Like, I just kept putting them in my pocket too. Like, they're just sitting here waiting for me to glue them back on. But I don't want to glue them back on until I'm done painting. It's real entertaining right now. So I did change my shirt for y'all. Because I didn't want to come in here with like paint all over my hands and my shirt. So, that's fun. But yeah, poor Dr. Seuss is like currently sick. So, yeah. And so, I had client meetings this morning, and then this afternoon I have just been working on like the rest of the office. Yeah, so we're getting to that. So while I've been working on the rest of the office, first of all, I've been listening to a lot of stuff. Thank you so much, Tiffany. You're so sweet. I love the crying emoji. You are hilarious. And by the way, I'm not making up people. I got this in an email. I should share this with y'all. This would be funny. I'm not making people up. I am streaming to multiple sites at the same time. Yeah, that's the wonderful world of like Streamlabs. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things, like comparing yourself. So there are a ton of people on the internet right now. I mean, a ton. Just look at how many creators there are on YouTube. We're not even entering into the world of TikTok or Instagram for this particular example. Let's just talk about that. There are so many people on YouTube. I'm flabbergasted. There's so many people out there. There's so many people trying to get attention, trying to get that, like, like, look at me. I get it. I mean, I have a YouTube channel. I'm literally streaming to YouTube as we speak. But the thing is, I don't do things in a manner that I think people would compare themselves to me in any way, shape, or form. I think that is a huge thing, because there's a lot of people out there that want their lives to be so perfect that you want to mimic them or you want to be like them. And then the next thing you know, those people are selling digital products. Okay. I 100% get the digital product thing, because I have thought about doing like numerology, like a numerology, like coloring book or a numerology book. But quite frankly, I'm not saying it's done to death, because I don't feel like there's any one category or any one like area of anything that is like oversaturated. I really don't. I mean, maybe the get ready with me's, I don't know. But I mean, numerology isn't something new. It's been around forever. it's been popular since the 60s. I know because I have a book from 1962 on numerology. So that's fun. I do collect. I love numerology books. I just like to see like what else people have to say. I'm curious. So I think that there's so many things out there that are that we can compare ourselves to. I do it. And I will tell you because I've been listening to shows, I've been listening to podcasts while I've been painting this room. And I was up until midnight last night. So if that gives you some like context as to how long I've been painting this room, I've been listening to a lot of stuff. So I'm listening to these people and then I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is serious. These people are comparing themselves. And then because they're comparing themselves to someone else, they're starting a podcast about how you can be like whatever, how you can be like some girl boss, how you can be like I don't know. One I was listening to today was purity, which I'm gonna be really honest with you, it scared the shit out of me. Like I had no idea. I didn't think in 2020, because this podcast was last year, I did not think in 2024 that there were literally women in their 30s that had no idea about sex. Now, I thought just because we all have these computers, basically, that we're walking around with, and oh my gosh, Alethea, I was just thinking about you today. Hello, gorgeous. I thought just because, we're all walking around with these, I don't care how old you are, like stuff just shows up on here, right? Thing two, my youngest son, has a little bit of a lisp. And it's sort of on its way out. Like I can hear it working its way out. But for a long time, it was like really hard to always understand him. But he would use the microphone option on his pad, on his little Kindle pad that I got him. And he would press the microphone and say what he wanted to watch. And he would walk up to me all the time and be like, Mommy, there's naked people on my pad again. Like, can you get this off? And I would be like, my eyes are going to bleed. What did you say into this? And he would tell me what he was saying and I could understand him, but the pad obviously couldn't, like the microphone part of YouTube. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did you do? So he would be asking about Elsa and like the little snowman thing. I forgot its name. So he would be asking about that and it would just come up with like crazy stuff. So I know it's out there. All right. I know, like, turn the corner, there's porn. I mean, I just really thought that I was ignorant about it. But these women are still comparing themselves to other like purity fundamentalists. And now they're like, I don't know, they're promoting purity, but they're also like they're comparing themselves so that they hold themselves to some ridiculously high standard. And then but they're also comparing themselves to the people that they don't want to be. Okay. First of all, I just want to say the lady I was listening to was fantastic because she was just like, these people need therapy 100%. Because really, therapy and self-help, any kind of self-help, any kind of metaphysical, spiritual like thing, like down to earth metaphysics. Tiffany is doing the same thing when she's starting her channel. She's talking about things for healing, right? The whole thing about therapy and self-help is supposed to help you think more critically. not criticizing yourself or other people, is to help you think more critically so that you can open your mind more. You can open your mind to like some different ideas and not close that shit up. I am trying not to cuss because I think YouTube is getting stricter about like cussing and monetization. I have to stop this. So anyway, that's the thing. It's a load of crap to compare yourself to these fundamentalist groups of any kind, whether they're Christian fundamentalists, whether they're spiritual and metaphysical fundamentalists, and you know who I'm talking about. There are people out there. I think our community, I think the metaphysical, the spiritual can be just as culty as some of these Christian fundamentalists. I really do. I think that a lot of people in this industry say, oh my gosh, I'm open to receiving, I'm open to understanding, but they're really not unless you think similarly to them. And I've run into it. I've been a part of like groups that have been very much like this, and I didn't realize it until I was away from it. That's, again, comparing yourself. Is comparing yourself to, oh my gosh, but they're perfect. They're perfect. Listen to how they teach that. Listen to how they do that. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Look at some of these beauty women out there and how when they thought TikTok was getting shut down, the stuff that they all of a sudden came out with and was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, I've had Botox. I don't exercise that much. I know I teach it, but I don't exercise that much. And by the way, I've had a BBL. I mean, you know, I truly don't, I don't want to say that there's no one out there that's honest anymore, but I think that there's always a little part of ourselves that we keep like to ourselves. I don't think we're necessarily hiding it. I don't think we're just like keeping it from public view. But the thing is, like, how I teach, when I teach my classes, when I talk to my clients, how I teach is to say, this is a really crappy experience that I've had. This is how I healed from it. It may not work for you, but it might lead you to something that could work for you. Let me show you what I did. Let me show you how I fared through this. I feel like, and it's probably not the perfect way. It's probably not the perfect way to teach a lot of people, because a lot of people come to me and they want some concrete answers. They want concrete answers and say, you know, is this going to happen? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not a magic 8-ball, but it will tell you what your options are. I will tell you what I see if you stay on this path. I will tell you what I see if you can change a bit. Change? Oh my gosh. You expect me to change? No, I want to heal where I am and stay in my comfort zone. Okay. You know, and that's the thing, is we cannot compare ourselves to someone else because we don't know what those people have been through and they don't know what we've been through. Right? I mean, there's a reason, there's a totally valid, okay, a little bit crazy. There's a crazy good reason why I was such an asshole in my 20s, because I went like to the absolute extreme other direction after like literally mentally and emotionally getting my ass kicked in high school. So I went in the extreme other direction because I was comparing myself to people that I had no business doing. I was comparing myself and going, but their lives are perfect, so I need to be more like them. Well, that didn't really work out for me. It didn't work out for me. So then I had to stop and relearn who the hell I was. I mean, you know, that. And then when I started discovering that, I was like, I can't figure this out here. I picked up and moved across the country to Colorado so that I could figure it out. Did I stop comparing myself to people? No, because that is a terrible habit. It's a terrible, terrible habit. And this is why hypnotherapy and hypnosis and like some of these other like things that you can, tools that you can use or modalities that you can work in are fantastic for healing, because it helps you to change how you think, but it's not brainwashing you. You have to sit back and you have to go, okay, I need to change. Like, I recognize that there needs to be a change. So I'm going to change something little. I'm going to change something little, and I'm going to constantly remind myself to do that one change. And then the next change may be easier. And I'm talking about something really small, like maybe have your coffee after you take your kids to school, or maybe you get up and shower before you wake up your family. I'm just throwing examples out. This is not hard and fast rules here. Maybe you just go to a different grocery store. Something small can make a huge change in your life, because you're opening yourself up to a change. That is helping you to think in a different way. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? Okay. That's helping you to think in a different way. And that leads us to something else that could be better for us. Growing and healing is not pretty, and it's not easy. It's not. I'm not going to lie to you. It is better. It's a better place for you, but it's not. I mean, like I told somebody yesterday, I was like, you want to shake up the apple cart, but you don't want to turn that bitch over. Did not mean to cuss again, you know? But yeah, you don't want to turn it over. You just want to shake up the apple cart. Something needs to change. You know, there's a rotten one in there somewhere. Shake it up. Don't turn it over. Let's keep going. All right. So that's one thing. When we're healing, when we're working through things, the comparison to other people is horrific. It's horrific. Finding your own path, finding your own way is also hard. That's why we have therapy and self-help books and like classes for empowering yourself. But make sure the people that you're going to learn self-empowerment, that you're going to for therapy, that you're going to for self-help, make sure those people are real. Make sure they're not just like, they've read a pamphlet and so they decided to write a book or host a weekend or have a class. Before you sign up for that stuff, just talk to them, investigate a little bit. Are they like teaching self-empowerment courses at like, $1,000 a pop? On offering their things on YouTube, what did I just say? Digital classes, all their digital coursework. Are they offering this to you like for $1,000? And then you find out that how have they self-empowered themselves? You find out that they're still in a bad relationship. They're still, I'm not judging like people that have financial issues. I am not, because I had no business saying anything about other people's finances. I mean, our budget is so tight right now. I can make it squeak. I'm just like, oh yeah. So but somebody that's teaching self-empowerment, or somebody that's teaching you how to be a better like financial person and saying that they make like, $15,000 a month or some shit like that. Look at what they're doing. I mean, are they driving a crappy car? I'm not talking about a Mercedes, but are they just like driving something nice? No? We need to rethink that. Just look at them. Look at their lifestyle. Have they been called out on social media? Have they been called out for running scams? Just look, okay? Part of the reason why I am saying this is because there is apparently some woman on Instagram, and she is selling classes, and part of the thing that she is selling is about manifesting like money and manifesting your best life. And the way that she puts it is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous because she's saying she makes like $10,000 a week. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I'm not completely sure because my income sort of fluctuates, but I don't think that me and Dr. Seuss make $10,000 a month together. I mean, it might be in the neighborhood, but it's not consistent, and that's a lot. And we got a family of 4 here. She is a single mom, but she also was called out on social media and canceled a few years ago because of something she did with her son on a thumbnail, and she didn't edit it out. Like, she was like making him cry or something, and she didn't edit it out. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And now she's out there peddling this stuff, and she is telling people that she thought about, and every night before she went to bed, she was like, I want $1,000 check. I want $1,000 check. And then one day she just went to her mailbox and it was there. Okay. I'm all about magic. You know I am. I mean, I am. My company is called Metaphysical Round Table. I literally believe in all of this. But that is some BS. That's crazy. Because I say all the time, manifesting is work. Law of attraction is still work. None of these things are sitting on your ass on your couch, drinking a Coors and watching The Love Boat. That is not reality. It's not. I mean, the thing is, it's not reality. Stop comparing yourself. I seriously doubt that woman is making $40,000 a month. $40,000 a month. I mean, okay, maybe she is, but that just seems a little crazy. But the stuff that she is saying and the stuff that she's putting out there makes you want to compare yourself to her. Wow, look how great she's doing. Look how awesome that is. I want to be her. She's a skinny woman with really great hair. I mean, she apparently has quite the following on Instagram. Again, that's pretty sweet. But then when you start looking into her more, she's been canceled. No, thank you. I'm good with my reputation. I'm okay. I mean, because I know what my reputation is, especially among some of the members of our industry. They don't care for me. I don't care. But it's all right. I don't care for them. So, it goes both ways, right? But I'm not comparing myself to other people anymore. And that's another thing, is some of the groups that I have been a part of previously do a lot of comparison, and they sort of trick you into comparing yourself. They'll be like, oh, but you're so much better than that. Okay, I do tell people like all the time, I'm like, no, you're a great person, you're da 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 da. But I try to keep it on them. I try to keep the focus on them. You know, I was out, I went to see one of my clients the other night, and I was just like, oh my gosh, no, you've nothing to be ashamed of. I'm like, you're a gorgeous woman. You got a great rack, you know. I didn't compare her to anyone. I just said how pretty she was. But I know how some of those groups work where they do sort of like, they'll go, oh no, you're so much better than her. You really are like da da. It sort of tricks you into thinking that maybe you're better than like people that are around you, people are in the same organization or the same book club or whatever. That's not a friend. It's not. It's also not nice. I have been that person that's been like, oh my gosh, am I as bad as all that? And what someone could have said to me is, don't compare yourself to other people. You're doing good. You, in your lane, on your path, you're doing good. And that's what we can ask for, right? Is everybody doing the best that they can with what they have? I mean, really, I in the last year, I have gotten myself so overwhelmed and so turned upside down that I overcommitted myself. I put too many projects out there and was just like, oh my gosh. And now I'm like catching up. I'm finally catching up. I overwhelmed myself. An easy thing for a Life Path 22-4 to do, but I overwhelmed myself and I sort of went off the rails. And hey, Kelsey, how are you? And I have been slowing down a bit, and I've been like working on all of these projects that I started all at one time in 2024. What was I thinking? Crazy amounts of abundance. Let's go. We're in a 44-8 year and the year of the dragon. Let's be dramatic and abundant all at once. But I was also looking at all these other people and going, oh my gosh, I should be there. I should be here. I should be doing more. I should be blah, blah, blah. That's not the answer. It's not. It's not. I mean, when I start doing that, that's a rabbit hole that none of us need to go down. It really is. So, just to let you know, I have been working on a little something. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you guys try it out. Okay, now this is just the prototype. I have a different one printed. So, I've been making coloring pages. So when people are in like a 1 month, that they can color the page and they can like sort of get into that vibration, get into that mindset of, you know, the one or whatever number it is. I haven't done that many. So I would like to test this out on a few of you. How's that? For free. Okay. I'm playing with it right now. I don't want to call you guys guinea pigs, but okay, exactly, Tiffany. Yes, it messes us up. When we start comparing ourselves to other people, and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm only going to do this because they're like they're doing it the right way and it seems to be working for them. They are not perfect. That's why I said in my description, only compare yourself to perfect people. And then I put in parentheses, here's the hint. There are no perfect people. No one is perfect. No one. And there's a lot of people out there on social media that lie through their teeth, through their eyeballs, through their ears, through their ass, whatever. They are lying. They are. I mean, sometimes I come on here jolly, happy, and I'm not always that happy. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's you guys that put me in a better mood because I've had a crappy day. Just weird stuff. It's also why I surround myself with cats. Okay, and a few dogs. But I'm just like, no, look at the little fudge. I can't. But we don't need to compare ourselves to anyone. We don't need to compare ourselves to each other, to certainly not to me, but not to people on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. Let me tell you, everyone's healing journey looks different. If you can find a book, if you can find something that helps you along the way, that is sort of helping you like map out where you want to go next or what you want to do, stick with that. Stick with that. It's not always popular. It's not. Do you know what I mean? People I know that don't like the Law of Attraction books. Now, okay, I like them, but I think I use them a little differently than some people do. Because I teach Law of Attraction a little differently, just a little differently than what the Abraham Hicks books are. Are they wrong? Absolutely not. No, they're not. That was a great book for me, but it wasn't where I ended up. I had to shift things a bit because some things didn't align with me. That is a fantastic book. It is absolutely great. Here, I'll just reach it. Oh, yeah, it got, I have to order another one. This one, I think this might be my third or fourth book. I don't know. It got wet. Thanks to a cat turning over stuff. But Asking It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks, I highly recommend this book. Anybody that's getting started, anybody that is starting on their healing journey, the first thing I do is tell them to read Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life. That is the very first thing I tell them to do. I don't tell them to practice yet. I tell them to read the damn thing. Read it. Once you've read it, then start doing some of the practices. Read it. Then practice. Then maybe you should reread it and see if this is something for you, because she does not compare anybody to anybody. I mean, and that's the thing. Comparing things or saying things are similar are really, it's really wrong, right? I think this was in a movie, I think, that it's like, I heard this guy say, that there's like degrees of wrongness, and somebody was telling him, they're like, it's either right or wrong, and he goes, no, it's wrong to say a tomato is a vegetable because technically it's a fruit. That's a little wrong, but it's really wrong to say a tomato is a suspension bridge. And I think he was British accent is coming to my mind when I'm hearing that. So that's an interesting thought, isn't it? There's things that could be a little wrong for you, and there's things that could be a lot wrong for you. There are definitely practices that I stepped into because of other people, because I was like, you know what? I need to do this. Look how great it is for them. Look how awesome everything is for them. And then I start spending time with them and I start getting to know them. And in typical me fashion, I start seeing the things that are wrong with them and I want to fix it. I want to fix it because you see, I've already put those people up on a pedestal and I'm like, oh, there's some cracks in their facade. I need to fix that. So then I'm trying to help them fix their stuff and I'm not doing it for me. Skipping over that, right? And so now here I've become a handmaiden to somebody who's broken and doesn't want to be fixed, by the way. So that's a problem. Yeah. So that's something I've been trying to outgrow. I mean, it's never too late. We don't want to talk about how old I am. But I'm telling you, you can heal your life. Louise Hay. This was a fantastic place for me to start. Talking about how many copies of this book I've bought, dude. I mean, I can't even tell you. I think between these two books, the number of copies that I bought over the years, I would say since 2002, 2003, 2002, in that neighborhood. It was about the time I started numerology. These were my go-tos. These were like what I was in. And I do really, really appreciate them. I think they're fantastic. I think they're awesome. And they're definitely what helped me get started. Oh my gosh, seriously, they are, Tiffany. They are. Her affirmations are amazing. Amazing. And she talked about the shortcomings in her life. She talked about her issues. She didn't like sugarcoat it to me. I think she put it in like a way that could be published. But I think that, I mean, there was a lot of things that happened to her, and come on, there's a reason why she was able to help so many people. And it's because that was true empowerment. She really is a great illustrator of self-empowerment. Example. Yeah. There's something that just keeps just weird things, weird examples are just flashing through my head. But I just think that you should be aware of who you are taking advice from. Be aware of who you are putting up on a pedestal. It can be very disappointing when you see that somebody that you've put up on a pedestal is flawed and they are human. Yeah. And we're all flawed. We're all human. I mean, it's difficult. But the thing is, I'm not saying that there aren't like really, really incredible people out there that are selling classes or that are teaching seminars or anything that don't have a lot of money. But those people usually don't have a lot of money because it's usually because they are not charging astronomical prices. Okay? They are not charging $1,500 for a class. People that are just driving a regular car, just live in a regular apartment or maybe a house or something, they just live like low key. The reason why may have something to do with them like donating a lot of their money or time. They could also be paying off debt. They could be doing a number of things. So I'm not knocking people that don't like appear to have money, because I also don't trust spiritual leaders, specifically in the church. This is just my opinion. I do not trust spiritual leaders in the church that come to a congregation dressed head to toe in Louis Vuitton or Chanel or some other like expensive shit. I mean, you know, like if Mercedes made a jacket, I don't know. I don't know that many names of like really expensive stuff. So I know. But I think that sometimes I will admit to this, I absolutely have a prejudice of spiritual leaders or metaphysical gurus or something that are super bedazzled. Is that a good way to put it? That are super flamboyant about their money. You know, saying, "Oh my gosh, I just got back from like I don't know, like whatever really expensive places out there." And and they're trying to stay humble while dressed in Louis Vuitton, whatever. Now, there are absolutely some spiritual people, coaches and stuff that I see out there that are making bank and they're proud of it. You know, they're like, "Oh no, I worked hard for this." Because the people that they're coaching have like deep pockets. You know, the people that they're spiritual advisors for, they have deep pockets. So I can see that, you know, or again, people that sell digital products and they're like really bringing it in. You know what I mean? I can understand that. This is why it's so hard. You really have to look at people. But I can understand that because I have seen people that I take advice from online and they'll be like, I'm going to Monaco or Turks and Caicos. I don't know rich places. But they'll say that, and I'm just like, yeah, because they also tell you this is, you know, this is what I do. This is how I make my money. This is, you know, and they'll say, this is what I do. This is, you know, where I'm at. And they don't hide their stuff. The people that I have a strong distrust for usually are in a church where it almost looks like Scientology, you know? Like all the people, the congregants are expected to look really nice and look really rich or look good. But when you go outside, they're driving a 1982 Chevette, you know, and they don't have enough money for groceries that week because they donated to the church, and the church leaders are wearing Chanel and Louis Vuitton. Those are the kinds of things I have a problem with. I don't want to compare myself to those people because, quite frankly, I feel like those are not the honest people. So when I look at them and I go, oh, that's a nice car. And then I'm like, ew, but look at them. Look at what they do, or look at what they don't do for their community. But then you see people that drive really nice cars and you read about them donating stuff like to like their community. You read about them paying for, I don't know, scholarships or something to help people, like, you know, in a tough time or cover somebody's rent. You see that in blogs, you see that listed, and I'm like, okay, I get that. But I want to know how many people that you've been to self-empowerment workshops or metaphysical or spiritual retreats or buying these digital booklets or these digital classes, like these digital products online, that they're telling you how to do something and they've never done it, or they're just out there thinking that this is a good gig and they can make money really easily. I just try to peel back the layers because I love taking classes. I 100% do. And some people that I have taken astrology classes from, I'm like, dude, no, you got this off the internet. I know, because I look this shit up all the time. You got this off of, I don't know, one of the websites I follow is like tarot something. What is the name of that? One of the websites I follow is Astrology King, and I do love Astrology King. I also follow tarot.com. Love that one. Refinery 29 is another one that I get a lot of useful information from. And I mean, I'm just like, I've read that somewhere. Where have I read that? And then I'm like, dude, I know where that I've read that. So I try really hard not to compare myself to people. It's a practice, okay? You have to practice that. And you also have to practice saying, like, not putting someone up on a pedestal and going, oh my gosh, they're so much better than me. I need to be just like them. No, that's where we start getting into Scientology. That's where we start getting into, like, you know, that cult mentality. And I'm not talking about like crazy, like weird cults or any, but even small ones, even a small clique, like in Mean Girls, I kind of considered that little group of Regina George's friends, that's a cult. It's a cult mentality. It is. So I just think that we all need to expand ourselves. We all need to, like, open ourselves up, not compare ourselves to other people. That's a dark alley. That's a dark, dark place. And just be like, think for yourself. Think for yourself. And if you're not used to doing that, I 100% get that. I've been there. So change something small. Change something small. Change where you go to the grocery store or where you get your gas or what time in the morning you have your coffee. Change what you put in your coffee. Like, do simple things like that. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of people out there that are, there's just a lot of scammers out there. There are. I'm so disappointed to see how many scammers there are in this industry and in this community, because that's not how it's supposed to be. And there's also a lot of judgmental people, again, very surprising, in this community, because if you don't think like they do, they're just like, oh, we're done with you. Oh, you're done. You're done. And I'm just like, the what? I mean, come on, y'all. I've been accused of some crazy stuff. I have been, you know, people have been kind enough to say nice things to me. Case in point, Tiffany just sent me a really nice email. And I got to tell you, I really do appreciate it, because there was some other people that I was like, why am I putting my email up on the screen? I need to take that down, because apparently some people want to say nasty things to you in private. And I guess that's better, right? It's better than being in the comment section. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I have deleted comments before. And I've told y'all this. Before I delete them, I take a screenshot of them. And I have a folder of them on my computer. I am so weird. Yes. It is weirdness, Kelsey. It is. Oh, wait. Is it because, am I being weird? Or the whole situation of comparison? It is weird. It's very weird. I hope that's what you're saying. I mean, I am weird. I'm not going to lie to you. It takes time, but it's worth it. Yes. Yes, 100%. It does. It takes time, but it's worth it. You're not going to be able to change your mind overnight. You're not going to be able to change habits overnight. There's a reason why like, you go to rehabs and you spend a certain amount of days there. There's a reason for this. If you do something for 40 days, it will become a habit. I mean, and people do say 28 days, but now there's a new one that says 40. I don't know. But I do know that the amount of time that you, like, this is a scientific fact, the amount of time that you spend thinking about something, that's part of the law of attraction. The amount of time that you spend thinking on something starts to become a reality, even if it's not. Even if it's not. If it's not real. I mean, just weird stuff happens, right? And honestly, this morning, I woke up thinking about something that I did like 150 years ago. Oh my gosh. I was like, that was really stupid. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? And I said it and did it in front of people. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These are not even people that I talk to anymore. Like, I don't have them on any of my social media. Like, I say stupid stuff all the time, every day, in fact. And I don't know why I was dwelling on it this morning, but whatever. So I stepped out of my bedroom and I was just like, okay, I need to remember what Maya Angelou always said. Let things be past fixing, be past remembering. Learn your damn lesson and move on. It's the best that we can do, right? That is somebody I put up on a pedestal, by the way. Maya Angelou. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I got a t-shirt with her face on it at Walmart. I mean, it's Black History Month. And I was just like, oh, there she is. There she is. And then Dr. Seuss was like, what are you doing? And I was like, because I was going to wear it on one of my shows. And he was like, what are you doing? That seems like it seems like you're hijacking Black History Month. And so I didn't wear it, but I love the shirt. Oh my gosh, because I love her. And I don't care. Yesterday, today, tomorrow. I wish I could, like, I wish that would be somebody that I could communicate with in my mediumship. Oh my gosh, that would be so awesome. Sorry, like, fangirling. I did get to see her in person, though. I did get to see her in person. That was amazing. So, back to all this. To bring it back home, don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself. You probably are having to blaze a new trail. The only thing I can tell you is to make your journey a little bit easier. Listen to some of the people that have gone on before you that have really been through it. Not these scammers, not people that are not going to give you like real ways of fixing things. Even if it's not your cup of tea, listen to what they're saying. What is the real way that they fix things? If they're just telling you problems that they've had and they're not giving you solutions, it doesn't sound like they fixed it in their own lives. Just a suggestion. Just a suggestion. If you are just starting out on your journey, please try reading this book. This was amazing for me. It still is amazing, to be honest with you. I love this book. It's freaking awesome. I mean, really, every time I replace it, I try to get the notes that I've made in the other book and like transfer. It doesn't always work like that though, because now I'm in a different place and it's just, yeah. But this is another book. Asking it is given. These are not the end all be all, and they shouldn't be. This is to help get you started. This is to help get you where you are right now, help to get you over the next hill, to help get you in the next place. Oh, Kelsey jumped over from Facebook to YouTube. This is Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. Very important, very important. This is, again, Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life, one of my favorites. And Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. If you want a Jennifer starter pack in your healing, right here, right here. Because, and let's just be clear about this, when you're on your healing journey, everyone else shouldn't have to change their lives. Everyone else shouldn't have to alter who they are just because you've started healing. If they're not right for you in your new life, you walk away. But not everyone should have to pay a price because you're healing. Using these books are going to help you help yourself. They're not the only ones, but they can lead you to something that may be more helpful to you than it was to me, or to Tiffany, or to Kelsey, or to Alethea. These are just phenomenal. I can multitask better when listening on YouTube. Oh, hey, I get it. And I'm not really sure about the internet situation down here because the room that I'm painting is where the thing is for the internet. The thing, I don't know. It's a white box, whatever that is. Whatever that thing is, yeah. So, how dare my nails come off? That, I mean, seriously, rude, but the best nails ever. The Kiss nails, I've tried a lot of them. Okay, to be fair, the only ones I haven't tried is Glamnetic, and they're next. But these are freaking awesome nails, the ones with the glue. And, sometimes Target and even Walmart will put these little girlies on sale for like $7.99. Oh, yeah. I'm a thrifty one. I mean, I got kids I got to put through school. So, that's fun. That's fun. Okay, so I think I got through this without straying too far from the main subject that I had. It's good times, right? I know. Thank you for saying stuff about me not being a goblin. I just wanted you guys to see that this is me. I don't have any contour on. I have a little bit of blush. I do like this blush. It's very rosy. Yeah. And I have on lipstick. So obviously no eyelashes tonight. I mean, how dare I? How dare I get on here without eyelashes? I used Color Street, but they just go over my actual nails. Yes, these go over my actual nails. Kelsey, Color Street. Okay, I don't know that name either. I'm interested. These are fantastic because I just glue them onto my my nails. So yeah. And there's glue like flaking off of this, but me obviously trying to do chores of any kind my nails are just like, no, we're not allowing that. That's fine. But anyway, so if you want to try, if you want to be the recipient, even if you're watching this in the reruns, Here's my email address right here. Email me. Don't email me something mean. I can't take it. I'm just kidding. I just read it and I'm like, oh, love you a lot. Bye. And yeah, they're fun people. But this is going to be the first one. I would like to send it out to you guys. I can email it. So if you send me an email, like I'll send you the, like, I don't, this is like a JPEG, I think. I think that's what I made. And what you do is, the theory that I have is that you color it in like an adult coloring book kind of thing. And I'm still working on the design. It may not be this exact design. But you meditate on the number 1. You meditate on whatever number, and you color it in. So I just want to know what y'all think. So again, even if you're watching this in the reruns and you would like to be one of my test subjects, send me an email right here, and you can print it off and let me know what you think. And I would love some real feedback here. If you don't like it, or if it's like too big or too small. I think this is too small. So that's why I'm changing the print inside of it. But I mean, I'm just playing around with some stuff, and I would really like to hear what you guys have to say, because my idea for doing coloring pages is so that, like, if Kelsey is in, like, if her numerology says she's in a 4-month, then she can, like, really meditate and embrace the, like, what the 4 is by spending time coloring in the pages. Maybe that's a part of a meditation. Maybe it's part of stress release, and then there's, like, obviously a mantra or something printed on it. Again, these are things that I'm sort of playing with, but I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. They're nail art that are real polished, 95% cured, so no smudging. Okay, Kelsey. I am interested. I'm interested. Because I love the kiss nails, because they usually don't fall off like this. They usually don't. So, but that's okay. I mean, what are you going to do? So I need to go check on Dr. Seuss, because he is the last person in our house to fall victim to this stomach virus. Yeah, because thing 1 got the stomach virus, and so I was, like, trying to set up and post my numerology for February, and I just, like, I was trying to set, like, a timer. There's a way to do that on YouTube, like, set it so that it will go out automatically, and it just didn't work. So I was just, like, down here at, like, midnight after I got him to sleep, and I was just like, okay, we'll just post them all. We'll just post them all, and we're good. And yeah, and then I went right back to the sick room. That was fun. It was fun. So 2 weekends in a row, we've had sick boys, and I was sick in between those 2 weekends. Lucky. And now Dr. Seuss is falling ill. So I know. It's just, me and the Marquez men. I mean, what are you going to do? All right. Let me know if you guys are interested in this. Just email me down at this email address. I will send you a copy, and just let me know what you think. Because I'm going to do all the numbers, obviously, but I really want to get, like, I want to get some patterns in there, and some words that I feel good about, to help maybe a meditation with numerology. I don't know if that's how I'm going to title it, but it's something like that. It may be a digital product. No, I would just offer it like, a download that you could get. So, but let me know what you guys think. And I thank you. Thank you very much, Kelsey. Comparison is the thief of joy. Oh my gosh. Alethea. Alethea, that is freaking awesome. That is the thief of joy. You are absolutely right. I knew there was a phrase that I was missing. You are freaking awesome. You rock the Casbah, lady. Come on. Comparison is the thief of joy. It is. It is. Do not compare yourselves to any of these people. Don't compare yourself to me at all in any way, shape, or form. But be careful when you're shopping for classes, for digital products, for things to read. Be careful when you're doing that, and make sure that it's not somebody that is just telling you that you can manifest $1,000 check to come into your mailbox while you're sitting on the couch drinking a Coors watching the Love Boat. That's not real manifesting. Real manifesting and real law of attraction is work. Law of attraction is the mental work, and manifesting is the actual physical, I'm working towards something. So that being said, I know, it's good. It's good. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. I really have. I mean, oh my gosh, y'all, I've told you, I am a crappy painter. I am the worst. It's a really good thing that y'all can't see all the little things in my office. Like, it's really good that you can't. But I wasn't thinking about painting white on top of a darker color and how many coats you would have to do and how bad. And so, yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. The office is coming together. My hope is that I can have a studio audience here sometime if you live in the area. And Dr. Seuss suggested that like I teach some classes here. I don't know how that would work, but we'll see. I made that mistake this weekend. Oh God, Kelsey, what mistake? Were you painting too? Went from dark brown to cream to purple because I didn't want white anymore. Oh my gosh. I know. I'm not a fan of white walls, but I needed this one room to be white because it's the place where I'm going to be photographing my products. And it is such a hassle to try and get lighting right when you're in a room that has a lot of color. And I do like a lot of color, but I just thought, well, this is the smallest room. I'll just take pictures in a white room. I'll just paint the room white, and it's going to be easier to photograph my products in there. Yeah. But I love that. Dark brown to cream to purple. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I really do. I love this group of people. I seriously do. Y'all are just amazing. You're awesome. You're awesome. So, there's a week coming up that my kids are going to be out of school and I am going out of town. So I can't really remember the date right off the top of my head, but I will let y'all know that I'm not going to be present that night. I think it would be kind of neat to have like a small group of people like come to a class here. Because it's going to look like a living room. It's not going to look like a classroom. So it would be a really chill kind of thing. We can try it. This was just a stand. Thankfully, the last room got painted, went from grayish blue to teal. Oh, okay. Good. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Have a fantastic week. And what are you going to do until we see each other again? Get out there and make your magic. Bye, y'all.